Good evening, everyone. It's Juliet Crafts So Cute, and welcome back to my channel. And I have this cool little thing here that I wanted to share with you. It's a little backpack, as you can see. It's a backpack for a back-to-school project that I'm going to share with my grandchildren. I think I'm going to Kentucky in about a couple of weeks, and I'm going to show them how to make this so that when they return to school next month, that they have little gift things they can take and give either to a teacher as a, hey, I missed you over the summer, or their besties that don't live near them, that they can make one of these and they can fill it up with like school supplies or candy. Just as a thinking of you, I miss you gift. And these can be done in a masculine decor by getting some like real tree decorative paper and do it like a little hunting theme or a fishing theme, and let me just get to showing you this so I can get this video done. So this is so adorable. Okay, as you can see, there's a little box here. This opens up. We've got the ribbon. We've got this decorated, pretty much all around except for this side. I wasn't thinking at the time, but I wanted to share with you that I used a 8.5 by 11 card craft, okay, and napkins to decorate. And what I did was I glued napkins down onto a black, let's see, do I have a little piece left around here somewhere? Don't think so. I think I used every bit of it in the last project, but wait, here's one. I think this is one. I took napkin and I took the layers off, and I could have glued the napkin onto a white cardstock so it's like vibrant, but I didn't want it to be vibrant white. I wanted it to have like a rustic, subdued like look. If you want it bright, you can back it onto white cardstock, but I backed it onto black cardstock because I wanted it to be a little subdued. Okay, so I glued one side with napkin. Okay, so you need napkin, cardstock, two 8.5 by 11 card craft, but you're not going to use the whole thing, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I just wanted to show you the surprise of this. So I've got magnets attached to this, and then when you open this up, whoops, that flips up and it holds it in place. And then inside you can fit, like maybe little sticky notes. See? That little block, my little stamping block fits in there. You can put like slimline sticky notepads or something, or I don't know, erasers, and then this shuts closed, and then this opens up, and then this opens up, about that wide. Okay, you can stick in, pencil sharpener, pen, erasers, or things like that, or even, these days the little girls are collecting washi tape. You can stick a bunch of washi tape in there because they like just decorating their little books with it and stuff. So that closes shut like that. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how this is made so you can make one of these. Okay, let's just get started. Okay, now I'll show you what I've done. Instead of making or gluing the napkin onto the little black cardstock, what I did was I went ahead and glued it directly to the card craft because I wanted to see how it would come out with all of that decorated into one big piece. Okay, so here we go. This is the napkin that I used. Okay, and you want to get, if you have a scoreboard, and I've got my ribbon pieces cut out, get your scoreboard out, and for those that do not have a scoreboard, you just take your ruler and mark everything out, okay, and you just take your ruler, and wherever I tell you to score, you score it, okay, using your little score tool, or use a back end of a knife or a fork, okay, if you don't have any of these score tools. Okay, so I started off, let's just say this is the card craft. I started off with two of this, 8.5 by 11. So what we need is 8 inches, okay, hang on, let me turn around. My measurements are on the other side. Okay, so this is the card craft. Okay, oops. Let's put that aside. Okay, so we have, and this started out as an 8 by 11, but after, this was an 8 by 11, and after I ended up scoring, it just seemed to like go down to about 7 3/4 after scoring everything. Okay, so you want to put your 11 right here. Okay, put the 11 out right here. Wait, do we begin there? Let me think. Nope, I started here. So we're going to put the 11 up and down this way. So I started here, and I'm going to come over, you want to come over here to 1.5 and score all the way down, and then go to the 6 and score all the way down, and then you want to go one notch over, that would be 6 1/8, and then score that. Okay, so I made this little black line to show you that is an 1/8 of an inch wide, okay, because that is this right up here. See this? The top of this backpack. Okay, so, and then once you've scored that, then you want to turn it, okay, and then score. Okay, we started this way. I shouldn't have put all my lines in there because it makes me all confused. Okay, 1.5, 6, 6 1/8. Okay, then turn it, and then you want to score this at 1.5. Then you want to come here and score this at, now just pay attention to what I'm doing, okay? Just disregard all these little lines in here, okay? So when we start this way, we got that. Now we're going to turn ours paper widthwise, which is an 11, okay? And then you want to start scoring at 1.5, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, or 6 3/4 actually. 6 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5 1/4, and then come to 6 3/4 and score, and then come down to 10.5 and score. Okay, so now that we have all those score lines, now the center one right here and this center one where this arrow ends, okay, this is crucial because it's going to create this fold in here. Okay, this is what we want in interior gusset. Okay, so then while it's still in the 11 spot, we want to go down, we want to start at 3/4, and then you want to score it only all the way down as far as 5 on your scoreboard. And for those that don't have a scoreboard, you use your ruler, you line it up, and then you score your thing all the way down to 5 inches, okay? And you want to do that at 3/4, all the way down to the 5, and then you want to come all the way down to the 6, and you want to score this down to the 5 inches. Okay, you want to score this all the way down here, from 6 all the way down to 5. Now with these arrows, which is going to create this inner fold, I'll show you what we do. We don't use the scoreboard for this. Okay, oops, lots of noise. Then we want to just curve this. I'm going to take my ruler, my desk. Oh, my room, it's getting smaller and smaller. My room is not tidy anymore. Okay, so now we want to come to this 5 mark, and to this corner right here, we want to line this up. We want to take that at 5 and line it up to that corner, and then you want to score that. You want to just press that down for a few times and score it, and then come over here and create this and score here down to that corner, down to this corner. Okay, and then you're going to go to the center here, and this score line here, and this right here, you're going to do the same. You're going to come to the 5 and come to this corner, to that corner. You're going to score this a few times to make that impression, the score line impression, and then you're going to line that up and do the same here. Okay, and so that concludes that portion. Okay, so now we're gonna, if you see my X's, okay, that means we're gonna cut all of this out. We're gonna cut all of this out. We're cutting this out. Okay, we're going to just slice these down and create like a little angle here, a miter. We're going to cut this down. We're going to miter these ends also. So let me show you what we're going to do. So we're going to turn it. Okay, so we've got all this down. Okay, replay this if you need to. And then so we're going to come over here. I'm going to grab my scissors. And once you're done decorating, do not throw the pieces away, because you can use that for decorating. Okay, so we're going to come over here. I made these 2 lines here because that's where my cut line is. See where these, they have this gusset. So you're going to come over here and you're going to remove this whole piece. All the way down. Keep going. Just watch me where the end of my last arrow is, right there. Okay, and we're going to slice all of this off, because now this becomes this flap. Okay, so I'm going to cut this all the way down to that end of that last line like this, and then I'm going to, here is our score line, and I'm just going to miter this like that. Okay, so you see you have the gusset here. Okay, this is our flap. So then this is the part we're going to come out, because I'm going to cut into a gusset right here. Not a gusset, but a miter. It's called mitering. Sorry if I used gusset. I'll show you what that looks like. So you want to remove all of that. Okay, then we're going to cut straight onto this line, up to this line right here. Put straight in, and then we're going to miter this flap, this inner part, not this one. We're going to come in just a little bit and take off a sliver. We're mitering it and taking off that, see? Okay. We're going to come down to this straight line to there, and then we're going to miter this flap, taking a sliver off. Okay, and then we're going to come over here. We're going to cut along that straight line to there, and then we're going to come in and miter this, taking off that sliver, And then we're going to come to this end and we're going to slice that off. We're going to miter it. See? So these are mitered. Alright? So that's all of our cutting that we're going to do to make the main body, okay? And we'll start folding. So burnish all of these things. I start right here, that last flap, and I'm going to burnish it. Where's my desk is such a mess. Woo! Had so many projects going because if I'm leaving in a couple of weeks, I'm not going to be doing anything. I'll be spending time. Okay, so I folded it there, and now there's another little score line, and I'm going to fold that. Okay, so be careful with that. Just slightly start bending it. Okay, just start bending that. Line this up. Let me see if I can get that without making it wonky. So I'm going to just burnish that. I got it off my gusset. Okay, not my gut. Yeah, this is a gusset. It's a small gusset. Okay, and just go ahead and burnish all of your little score lines. Get it all folding together. This craft card, even though I covered it all in napkin, it may not be as heavy as this one, but it'll still be very thick because, like I said, I put the napkin on the black cardstock, and then I cut all these out to put on these little panels. But because I've decorated in one napkin, I don't have to put any panels on. Okay, so I'm scoring all these. We're coming over here and we're scoring all this over. Open this up. Let's score all this down. You're not scoring that inner you're not scoring this, okay? You're not scoring these. No scoring. I mean folding. Excuse me, guys, it's late. It is late. I've just been bombarded with trying to get all my little crafty things organized. Now, let me show you how this is going to be put together. This is going to come in like this. These bottoms, see, it's going to come over like this. This will fold. This is the front of where the flap's going to close. This is the front. So here in the back, you want to put this down and this down, okay? So once that is in place like that, oops. Okay, once it's like that, and you got this, we're not gluing, I'm just showing you what we're doing. Now what we're going to do is slowly bring these in. You're not doing anything. This will naturally bend, okay? Come in and bring these ends in, okay, just like that. Okay? And that will just naturally follow the score line, the divots. You might have to just, because it's kind of thick, what I'll do is come in here and just kind of, let me show you. Come in and I just slightly, here, I hope I'm not confusing anybody, but I'm going to zoom you in. Okay, here's the little thing. I don't want you to make a sharp crease. Just kind of manipulate that angle a little bit, just to, you know, give it some help. And I'll show you. Here's that other one. We're going to come over here and let's just bend. Give it a slight bend so that just kind of helps, like, concave the backpack part in. Okay, so now that we gave it a little assistance, Let's come back here. Let's put our little box together. Oops. Like so. Let's turn this over. Let's put our little flaps in. Put the back of the box in. This is the front of the box. Let's set it up straight. Okay, and then we're just gonna come in, and this should look like this. So now see, the backpack part is kind of concaved in, right? Yeah, looks more like this right here. Can't really tell because it's covered, but you'll be able to see it naturally. See? So likewise this side. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this together, and then we're gonna get the little box done, and I'll show you how we're gonna glue this. Okay, so let me see, how did I do that? Okay. See this flap right here? There's this, bring this over here. Bring this over like so. Lay it out flat. Make sure everything's flat and lined up. And then we're going to bring this over here, because this edge is going to meet this right here, okay? So fold it. Then bring this in. You're going to place your glue right here. So I'm going to go and do that now. Make sure that I got this flat so it'll line up good. Let's put some glue. Ooh, this just wants to pour out. Okay, and then lay it down. Just hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. See? And there's that box. There's the start of that, all right? Okay, now I am not going to close this up yet. Well, let me see why. Because I want to add magnets. I'm going to add magnets, but for here, I'm going to corner around mine. Okay, I'm gonna corner around my little flap thingy. Quarter of an inch. I'm going to do mine quarter of an inch. Okay, so we've got that. So now, okay, when you fold this in, bring this up. Wherever the front is, this is our front. You don't want to fold this inside and have this seam on the front side. So you want to make sure this gets folded in, right? And then fold back so it looks seamless. And we're going to add our ribbon on here in a minute. But do you see we have a small gusset right there? That's our little gusset, okay? Now, I'm going to set this aside. Let's come and get our box done. Let's get all this cut out and folded, okay? All right. Now, my X's, I knows. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out. I'm cutting all of this out right here. Because this is going to be our flap. Okay, that's going to be this. Okay, so we're going to cut all this out. Let's just cut all of this out right here. To there. Okay, and then when this gets folded in like this, I want, yep, we're gonna cut along this line right here, and we're gonna miter this in. Can you guys see that? And then we're gonna miter this, because this is, once this is bent like this, This is going to be what folds inside. That's that little flap. Okay, let me get my scissor. Let's go to this straight line right here. Cut it down straight. And let's do a little gusset there. Let's cut this straight and do the inside gusset. So now we've got that second little thing right there. Did I cut enough off of there? Yep. And then we're going to, I'm going to come over here, cut straight up and down like that. And then we're going to turn it to where it's long like this. Let me zoom out just a teeny bit more. Hope you guys can hear me. Okay, and now see where this straight line is. We're going to come in and we're going to notch that out, okay? Because we're going to create this little miter, okay? And then we're going to cut this. Here we go. I didn't cut in a straight line. Okay, so now let's fold everything up. That's what that should look like. Okay, so I started folding this. I'm going to fold all my little pieces parts. Just bring everything up and score that. Or burnish is what it means. Burnish. But we're going to burnish. We're going to fold along those score lines and then burnish it. Okay, so we're going to go over here. And then we're going to come back up here. Okay. Did I do these inner ones? Nope, I didn't. Okay, so it's all burnished. Okay, so now we're going to put our little box together. This is where this, let me show you. Here's the flap. So again, you want to bring these little thingy majiggers in. Okay, can you see that? Okay, everything's folded. So we're going to bring this in from this right here, fold this and fold that. We're going to bring this inside one, this outer flap in, and bring that over here, because you're going to see how this box is made. See, it's got these little mitered ends. We're going to bring that in, and this is our front, remember? Here's our flap. So we want to bring this in and that out. I mean over. And so there's our little box, and it looks just like this. This box is now this box. Okay, that box is this box now. Okay, now I am going to open this. I know that right here, this flap, I'm going to put a magnet. Well, actually, I'm not going to do a magnet, but if I were going to do a magnet, let me just show you. Where's my little marker? The reason why I'm not going to do a magnet is because not everybody has magnets. Okay, if I were going to put magnets here, I would put one right in here. I'd flap that over from where this comes in, from this point, from that point down where that arrow is. You want to measure that so that you know where to place your magnet, so it meets up. Okay, so it meets up. Okay, this width, let me outline this width and this width is the same as this width. Okay, So wherever center you put this magnet, all you have to do is from this point and this point, just come down and put your magnet here. Okay? Alright? So you put it in. I've decorated, if you see this one, my little cover here, I decorated this part and this right here. I didn't decorate the inside. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. Okay? So I decorate this one. I'll put happy face for decorating. Okay? Alright, we've got our magnets here. Mags. Okay? And then you can close it up and glue everything in place. Okay? Now, because I'm going to show for those that do not have magnets, right? So here this is, just like this. So if I know that this center and this center will match up, okay, what I'm going to do is, do we want to put a ribbon like that closure, or I have an idea, which is even better yet. Hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I had to find my strips. My little, see, we're going to use the scraps. Okay, so let's make a policy. Let's make a policy little, I'm going to come in and cut one of those little beautiful decorative parts right there. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do 4. Do we need 4? This might even be too big. I don't have one of those. This is a 1-inch hole punch, and I wish I had like a 1/2 inch one for small little projects like this, but I'm going to need one more. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to use, the reason why is because I want it to be thick, because we're going to use it quite a bit. Okay, so pretty much I want this to be the focal point for this right here. See, that's going to just be way too big. Wish I had another hole punch. It just barely fits, but I guess it'll work. I don't like that right there, but I do like this over here. Blends in. Just looks too, I don't even like that. I'm chucking it. I'm chucking that whole idea. I need something that's going to be blue. I don't have any blue cardstock. Let's see, would that work? No, that's just too plain. Okay, hang on, let me find something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, none of my little ideas are working. I guess I'm going to have to invest in a 1/2 inch hole thingy. So I'm going to go back to the original idea. Okay, so I am going to put string through this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my center. I do have a colored marker. Hang on a second, let me find one. Sorry, that my let me get a marker here. I think I have enough markers, right? Okay. Alright. Let me get something that'll stand out. How about a red? Oh my gosh. I am running out of room. Okay. So I'm going to line this up. Can you see that? This edge and this edge kind of like hangs over. But that's intentional. Well, it can't help it, but I'm using it as to try and find my center, okay? Get this line here. So I know that this line and this line is going to be center. I want to bring it in to about maybe right here and right here. Okay, and I'm gonna, well, if I should have used my ruler, but I'm trying to do this as quick as possible, and so I'm gonna come down about here and make a crosshair to put my holes. Okay, I'm going to use the 1/8. Is that my 1/8 hole? Little hole? Okay. Okay, let me think this over real quick. So I've got holes in here. The holes, the string's going to have to come up through here, and yes. Okay. I'm just going to line up my crosshair as best I can. My light. Well, almost. Oh, I missed the crosshair. Okay, you can do this, Julie. Just focus, focus, focus. Like hocus pocus. Okay. So there we go. There's that, right? There's the holes. I got 2 holes, and then I'm going to come back here, put this together, and kind of figure out, put my little box dilly somewhat together. Okay, and I'm going to come over here, and I see that my holes, let me make sure that my box is straight on so I don't make a boo-boo on this one too. So where's my marker? Marker, marker, marker. Got my holes. You see what I did there? I put my box together and I made my little reference dots in there to punch my hole. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this again. I need to move that back because actually that's what this thing is for, to help you gauge, to help you line up your that's not working. Okay, that is not working, so let me do it like this. Just going to pinpoint that hole, get it in the center as best I can. Okay. Now, what you want to do with these, you probably want to put like maybe an extra strip from your scrap on here, and just so that it makes it a little bit sturdy, because you're going to be opening and closing the flap. Now, I have my string. I'm probably going to change the string at some point to something a little bit more sturdy, but for the sake of time I'm trying to show you this because hubby and I have been watching a really good series. So I'm going to put this through here, bring that in. Look at, that's why. That is why. Okay, you can string this, you can do it. Let's see if I can do it this way, because I just totally killed that end of that. And I think I just did that to this too. Alright, let's remedy it. This is how you remedy it. I'm going to glue it. Glue that to a point. See that? I'm gluing that together for a point. And could that be a hack instead of putting tape on it on the ends and trying to string it in like a shoe string? Okay, there's that point. So there, that should help me get this through that little hole, because I'm doing this first and then we're going to glue this box together. Okay, there's one. See how easy that went in? Yeah, there's a hack for you. There's a crafty hack. Okay, so then this is going to come through there and there. And I'm doing this because not everybody, again, has magnets. Do you see that? Okay, so let's glue this shut. Okay. When this is fully open, fold that. Okay, not to this. Fold it right here, not this point. Fold it over, because I'm going to show you how easy that the gluing can be on this. This gets folded in. This little outer flap gets folded in. You're going to lay this down, and then you're going to put glue. Okay, and that should line up just perfectly. Get this. Let's get the glue out. Turning it upside down. Let's see, we're going to put some glue here. Lay that down. Some pressure. And then turn it over. If it's, my cutting is a little catty-wonky, so I'm just going to fix it. There. Fixed. There's that start of that box. And turn this like this. Put these little flaps in. I get the hiccups. Put those little flappy doos in there. Then this is the back of the box. And then fold that over, because this is the flap. Okay, so now just get your glue. Oops. Like that. And lay this flat. Just straighten out your box. Okay, by putting this pressure down on the flat part, okay, will keep your box straight. Should keep your box straight. Didn't keep my box straight, so I'm gonna do this again. It should work, but it didn't work for me. Go figure when you're filming, right? It just, there. Box straight as I can possibly get it. Oops, that has to go in. Come on, glue down, and then just open up your box. I'm going to take my ruler and just kind of press that down so the glue is pressed down. So then you close this up and then do your pretty bow tying. I'm not very good at bow tying bows. Tying a shoe into those pretty little, let me see if I can do it. With my fingers. Okay, there we go. And then you can just cut off your little ends to the length that you want them. And there. There's your closure. Okay, so let's set that aside. Bring back our... Oh, I am going to corner around those little edges on that box. So let me zoom you guys out so you can watch this. Okay, so same thing, because I'm going to use string to close this instead of magnets. Now, before we glued this, how I showed you how to glue this, you probably want to put your magnet here and magnet there in here before you glued that. Remember how I showed you how to, we laid this down? Which way did we do it? It was on this side. Okay, let me find it. Let me find it. Which way did we glue that? Let me find that little... Oh, right there. Right here. We laid that flat and we put the glue down, right? Before you glue it, put your magnets in place, okay? Put them here, just like I did this box. Okay? How we figure it out, I showed you put your magnet here and here, and then you can glue this shut, okay? But for the sake of this, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to, I know that that's where that closes, just like that, okay? So I'm going to put my holes here. I'm going to put my holes here, okay, like I did this. So I'm going to pause and then come back to it, okay, because you don't need to repeat. Watch how I did this. Okay, I had to straighten out the desk to come back and do this again. Okay, let me get some more string. Now I'm probably going to change out my string to something. I have some other twine, like jute string and stuff like that, but I can't find it right now. So let me just cut some string off here. Let's just do that. Okay. Oh my gosh. I have got to seriously. Okay, let's use our little hack. If we have those little troublesome strings that just wants to not cooperate, and let's just glue that end to a point so we can string it through. Okay, so let's just go like that, and then we'll go like this, and hubby just peeked his head through. I think he's wanting to get to that series. I'm going to come in here. Okay, I'm going to come in here and put that string through like so. Grab it. Let me get this one. And grab that. So it comes through just like this. Let's make this even Steven as much as possible. I hope that you guys are enjoying this, because this is going to be something so fun to put together for your grandkids. And Lisa Glassman, your 13-year-old granddaughter who just had a birthday, Lisa can make a bunch of these, get her girlfriends together and have a day of making some gift little return back to school I missed you friend gifts. Okay, and let me see. All right, cooperate. Let's see, how can I hold this down while I tie this shut? Because when we're done with this, we're going to glue this bottom. For me anyhow. If you're doing your magnets, get your magnets done. And if you guys need some more instruction on that, to get that done, so there's that string. I'm going to go ahead and glue the bottom of mine right now. See, here's my flap. Okay, and I'm going to bring that forward so it's seamless, okay? And that's what that's going to look like. So I'm going to glue mine shut just like this. Now for those that are using the string, okay, you can hang off like dingly danglies. Okay, make sure that this is standing up straight in the way I want it, like that. Okay. Oh, let's do this real quick. Open her up, and get that glue pressed down in there, like so. Okay, get that put away. Let's close this up. I'm going to tie this up to get it out of the way. Okay. Get it out of the way as much as I can, because we're going to put our backpack straps on. I'll just cut that and that off. Get that out of the way. Okay. Let's put our pocket on, and for me, I like to put it right about so. Okay. I'm going to put it right about there. Okay. See where that box is? See where it's pretty much going to be about the same distance right here from the bottom. Okay. So I am going to put the glue back here. Ooh, make sure my orientation is correct. Very important, you guys. Can you imagine that being a major blunder? If I glued it like this, that's what I almost did. Now I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to just eyeball it and go about a ½ inch up. I put enough glue so that I can eyeball this and make sure that I get it centered. Like from this, it's about a ½ inch down here, probably about 3/8 of an inch here. So I'm just kind of like eyeballing it and seeing. I'm not really pressing it down yet, and I like that. To me, everything looks symmetrical. So I'm gonna undo this again. Go ahead and laugh, everybody. I know. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to press it. Press it, press it, press it. Making sure I did not move it. I did not move it. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay. What I did was, when I had a magnetic closure, I put my little block in here and I use it to press it down. Yeah. So let me just press, 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 and let that think I pressed that down pretty good. Okay, so we've got that. I think I'm just going to tuck this in. No, I'm going to close it. You know why? Because I don't want that flap in the way when we go to put our little ribbon closure on. Okay. Just going to make my little points again with my glue so I can string it through. Now, again, with this other backpack, I decorated this inside here. Okay. And you guys can do the same. I could still do it, but for time's sake, this is already 55 minutes, but I think you guys will enjoy this so that you can make these as little gifts, you know, like if you want to do a rack gift and put some little art supplies in there, like little charms or bull clip, the bulldog clips. Okay, come on. And I still can do magnets because I can always change it up and put like decorative little pieces like I did with this one and cut it out and put it in here with coordinating paper, you know. But for the sake of it, I'm tying this shut so that we can put our ribbon on. Okay, for this though, to do my ribbon, I will need a back piece. I'm going to need a back piece. Just like I put this piece down, okay? So I'm going to use the same paper, and I do have some right here. That's not going to be wide enough. I was hoping to take advantage of this. So I'm going to have to oh my gosh, I did a major boo-boo step blunder. That's not bad because you guys can definitely do that, because I just totally forgot. I should not have glued this on yet. That's a no-no. Okay, the bottom part was a no-no because how I did this ribbon closure, before I put that front flap over, on the back bottom I glued my ribbon down flat onto that, and then I glued it shut. Okay, so let me see how much I'm gonna cut off here. Do I want that stripe there? No, that's just gonna be too gaudy. I'm gonna cut that off. But I have an idea what I can do. I can, and I will. I'll show you. Let's just get it done. We'll get her done. Is that going to be even, Steven? Gosh, that strip is just in the way, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to have to do that about 1/8 of an inch. That way. Gonna use that. Okay, so typically when I glued this piece back here, I've left an 1/16 of an inch border. So what I did was I measured this and took off 1/8 of an inch. I measured this and took off 1/8 of an inch. That way it left me a 1/16 of an inch border. But because I don't have enough paper for this to reach that way, it's still going to work for me, because what I need is to have this length and this length. So my length that I'm going to need, this is a from my gusset. It's 4 1/2, so I need to cut it down to 4 3/8. Okay, 4 3/8. So let's see, which end do I want? Which end, which end, which end? Do I want that end? Yes, I do. Okay, 4 3/8 of an inch. 4 3/8 of an inch. 1 2 3 4 and 3/8. 1 2 3. This is going to be 1 2 3/8 of an inch right there. Make sure, make sure, make sure. Okay. Okay. And here is my hack that I'm going to fix. Okay. So now that this is from the top and the bottom, it's going to have 1/8 of an inch, right? Okay. So this part I'm going to put down first. Well, this part, this top part, and this top part, all these parts right here, we're going to put that on, okay? So I just need to make sure I can get my center. There's my center on the top here. Okay, so this is 1 1/2. That's 1 1/2. Okay, I'm not centered correctly. So it's 1 1/4, 1 1/4. I'm just getting my center. I need my marker. Okay. Here, 1 1/2, 1 1/2. Here's the center. I'm gonna hit it. Okay, so I got my center. Now, here are my ribbon parts. We need 3. This is 7 inch long. Okay, 7 inches long. You need 2 pieces that are 7 inches long. Okay, and I need to get make sure that I have my pretty side. Which is it? Is there really a difference? Yes. That goes on that side. It's going to go on this side. And then I have to find my pretty side on this side. Yep, pretty side's here. So this is 3 inches. So then when you go to put your, and we'll need Fabri-Tac glue for this. I know this is going to be a long video, but you guys can hang, because you're going to want to make this. I know. I'll get my glue off my fingers. Okay, 3 inches. To make this loop like this, that loop, okay, you're going to get your ribbon and then try and make a croissant or a horseshoe, and you're going to put that together like that, okay, and then you're going to get your Fabri-Tac glue, tack that down, make sure I got it where I want it. See, just like that. That's what this, oops, looks like. I'm behind it. This is the front, okay? So now that I got my center, we're going to turn this over, right? We want this beautiful bend. We don't want it looking like this up front. We want it looking like this, okay? That's what we want it to look like. So let's get some Fabri-Tac on here. Ooh, ooh, don't spill out, don't spill out. Okay. We want it on the side that we want to look at. Now I've got my little mark back here, so get your center. Get your center. Ooh, I can't hold this. I cannot. I'm going to have to pinch it. Okay. And then I'm going to lay this down where my center is. And I'm going to flip it over and just double check. Double check that if that's where I want it. Okay. I think I'm going to come down just a bit lower. Yeah, just a smidgen lower. That's the beauty of Fabri-Tac glue. Okay, now our two ribbons here, okay, these guys, I want to tuck right in here in this angle. See that? I don't know if I can zoom you guys in much closer to, oops, let me see if I can. Okay, I can. Okay. I want to tuck this in an angle. See that angle? Tuck that right in there. Okay, and that's how we're going to glue it down. In that angle. Okay? So from behind, let me see if I can do this and show you what underneath will look like. Or behind it. So we're going to go in this angle. Okay? And this is what that looks like in the back. Goes in an angle. Okay, so I'm going to put glue right back there, just a bit, smidgen. Okay. Stay down. Let me see. Make sure I got it in the right orientation. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to come in this angle. Okay, see, that's what that looks like. See? And I'll show you what it looks like behind, just like that. It's in an angle. Angle, angle. So let's get the other one tacked down. Sure I got it in the right. So I'm going to put a smidgen of glue back here too. Okay, and bring my poor little hands. I'm going to come in that angle again. I want that same angle as much as possible. And I didn't get it in that angle I wanted. Yep, same old. Okay, and then press it down. Press it. And I'm going to flip it over, and that's what that looks like, okay? Now we're going to turn it around. For me, okay, this is my back panel. That's going to cover that. See how that covers it? It's going to be glued down and that ribbon won't ever come back out. Okay, so I'm going to zoom out a bit. Like that. And so I want to, when I bring these, I want to have it, I'm going to tuck this end in right down there in that corner. Okay, so what that looks like on the flip side is that I'm going to glue it down like this. Okay, straight along this edge, and when I flip it, you know, and glue it down, it's going to be just like that. It's going to be straight up and down in this corner. Okay, this is how we fix a major step blender. Okay, I'm good at blenders. I should make a little thing of bloopers and blunders, huh? Getting pretty good at it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. That's how it's going to look. Just like that. Okay? So I'm going to see how much I want to take on, glue down. So it's going to be about inch. That's going to be about 3/4 of an inch. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down up here with Fabri-Tac glue. Almost all the way down there, not quite. See where I'm stopping at my gluing? Leaving enough room to tuck. I'm going to glue just down here in the center. I'm going to leave enough room to tuck my ribbon in, okay? Put that right there. I gotta center this up because I want just like 1/8 of an inch below. Come on, fingers, work for me. Work for me. Okay, so I've got that where I want it. Okay, Fabri-Tac's gonna, let's bring this up, and I'm going to just slightly bring that up. Some glue there. Come on. Hey. Come on. I'm going to turn this in here. Ugh. Okay. My fingers. They're not ready to retire, but my goodness, they feel like they are. So I'm bringing that down about 3/4 of an inch. Get back in there, get in there, get in there. So that's what that looks like. See? See? And did I not put enough glue? I guess I didn't, huh? Yikes. I moved my ribbon. I'll get that in place. Yeah, it's fixable. So Tracy, I did another blunder, but I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. We're gonna get her done, right? Yep, get her done just right. Okay. There we go. Wipe that off and hold that down. Press. So that's one end. And come back here. Make sure that this corner has enough glue. See, I left my bottle open. It now wants to be all tacky and stuff. Okay. Sticky tacky. Okay, let's get my other ribbon. See if we can do this. 3/4 of an inch down. Is that 3/4 of an inch down? It sure is. Ugh, it's spilling over. Spilling over. That's what I don't like about Fabri-Tac, but you got to use it though, because it's a thick ribbon, and I've been nursing this ribbon. I've been like very frugal in choosing which projects I want to use it on, because I chose this napkin. I needed this ribbon. Oh goodness, look at all of it oozing out. Yuck. Oh, that ooze just wants to ruin a project, doesn't it? Come on. It's mostly on my finger, but that just is ugly. Okay. There we go. Gotta tack that down. There's a lot of Fabri-Tac glue that oozed out right here. See, so that's what that looks like on the bottom, okay? And I don't have enough glue right in there. Maybe our glitter glue will help me out. Right there. Let's hope. And of course, it oozes out. Of course it would ooze out. Only me. It just happens to me. Only me. No, it doesn't happen to just only me. I've seen a lot of, others have these happy accidents, right? That's what we call them. We call them happy accidents. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that in place for a momento. Un momento, por favore. Just hang on. We'll get this done. You see the placement on that? Even Steven, right? And then we've got this all glued down. And there's our backpack. Woohoo! Woola! Woohoo! Okay, so there's that little backpack. Okay, you guys? Am I missing anything else? See, and they're the same size but different. This one's a little bit heavier, of course, because I used more paper. The weight of it. Now, what I was also saying, see the little gusset up in here? See that gusset? It's the same size as this tiny gusset, but I had to cut out a little sliver, 1/8 of a sliver, to glue on that gusset. But it works out and it makes it stronger. This is a hefty befty. This is a hefty befty too, but because I added lots of cardstock elements and a magnet and all those goodies. But that's our makes, guys. Look at that. Let me get this out of the way. Let's show off our little make. So how am I going to do that? Let's see. There we go. There are our backpacks, guys. Whoops. All right, let's just, no, I don't want to zoom you out because then you won't be able to see this up close, but there is that. Let me just figure something else. All right. Come. My markers, everything. I was going to show you guys my, no, that's not working either. I was going to show you guys my craft room. So embarrassed right now. I am completely embarrassed of what it looks like. You know, every time I want to find something, I can't find it. When I've seen it just moments ago, and now I can't find it at all. But I'm going to lift this up like this to give you guys a little show and tell. So that's two of them. I was trying to find my lavender ribbon, but I think I used it all. And other projects that I've done from last year's Christmas gifts and stuff like that. But look how pretty. Look at how gorgeous that is. Look at that. See? And you turn it around, and they both look very lovely, don't they? Okay, the only thing that I can say on this one, though, is that before you glue that front flap over, what you do is you lay this flap out flat, and then just glue it down about 3/4. Lay the bottom flap flat out like this, then just glue down 3/4 of an inch. Glue it, tack it down, and then fold it over, and it'll have this, keep this little cute little bend in your ribbon. Okay, and then you glue this flap shut. And it's like that. Okay? Okay? So there are some that you can, like backpacks, when they're right about here, you kind of glue it in this way, you know, to where the backpack ribbon is like right there. But with my wonky hands, this was much easier. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's an hour and 20 minutes long, which means I'm gonna upload this when hubby goes to bed, so that we go to bed. So that way it's uploading. We're not watching any television. He's not, because that's how he winds down from a hard day's work. So yeah, there you go. Cute little backpacks. Cute little backpacks, guys. This is very Spanish, very, you know, Hispanic vibe. I love all those vibrant colors. And this is a garden themed one, and this can be a perfect gift for like your favorite gardener. Put seed packets in it, you know, and I don't know, in here, something in here, some candy, and then fill this part up with some seed packets for your favorite gardener. Yep. Okay, guys, I hope you like this video. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures now and then post it to the Facebook group at Gillette Edwards Facebook group, and then I'm posting it to the group Junk Journal Depot. And thank you, all you wonderful members that have joined this group. I hope that you gain a lot of goodies so you can start creating. Okay? I will talk to you guys later. Bye.